Hey, young people. So this is an interesting little case. I'm going to just follow with the news reporting. I don't know where the body cam. Somebody will probably put the link, whatever. I don't want to spend a whole bunch of time searching it. So here we go. My problem with this video is the cops are always concerned with their safety and never anyone else's. There's 5 kids in a car. One falls out, which leaves 4 and a dog, and the cops fire multiple rounds at the vehicle. I think that's reckless at best. People be back to blue. Here we go.
Boy, a dramatic scene right there. Police say this father drove toward officers with kids inside that car. It happened in a North Las Vegas gas station. Officers confronted the couple after concern.
I think they cover this, but I'm not sure because I saw a couple videos. People called in. It was 100 degrees. There's kids in the car. There's a dog. When the cops confront him, the guy tries to leave. They end up finding guns, heroin. Both parents have multiple or lengthy criminal records. And I don't understand. I thought they said they weren't allowed to have custody of the kids, but they don't mention that the kids were abducted or how they got it. But here we go.
People called 911. An officer fired at the oncoming vehicle. The driver was struck.
So officer fires at oncoming vehicle, claiming officer safety, ignoring child safety. And people are okay with this. It has become normal for cops to kill hostages, kids, and dogs, all in the name of officer safety. To me, that's just absolutely ridiculous, and it shows the cowardness of the cops, and they're willing to kill everybody in the name of officer safety.
And survived. Now, all the kids are okay. Jacqueline Schultz has more on what we are.
Videos used under fair use for critique and education purposes.
Learning tonight.
Now, the temps were in the triple digits that day. Concerned drivers at a gas station called 911 after seeing 3 kids and a husky in a hot car. They reported a woman slumped over. Officers came to check on all of them, and that's when police say the dad drove at them.
And mom's slumped over the steering wheel. Dad's drinking beer. They got 3 little girls in the back seat and a husky.
2 drivers called 911 at 2 p.m. Sunday when it reached around
I've got a kind of problem here. The cops are here because they left the kids in the car. It's 100 degrees. Mom slumped over. He's drinking beer. We have a clear case of child endangerment, child neglect, and they allow him to go to the car with the kids. Again, cops create these situations to where they can shoot you, and they let it escalate because they don't take action. Because the law says they don't have to take action.
103 degrees at that hour in North Las Vegas. This car had been sitting for some time in the...
Why aren't these kids in protective custody? Why aren't these kids been taken out of the hot car to get fresh air? They're left in there. It's 100 degrees. Why is dad allowed to go and mess with the children, close the door twice, and get in the car? This is police incompetent that nobody wants to talk about. They only want to talk about, oh, officer safety, the cops fired, and all the kids are safe. Yeah, cops had to fire because the cops didn't do their job to prevent the guy from doing what he did.
Parking lot off East Tropical and Nico. Police came to check on the 3 kids and the dog inside.
Look, man, my main concern is the kids. Hold on.
My main concern, why are we talking to the guy and letting him get in the car? Incompetence.
Nope. Oh. Car's taking off on us.
Car's taking off. Kid falls out of the car. Mom jumps out of the car to go back for the kid. And then when the cops try to grab mom, she abandons the kid and tries to run back to the car. Perfect. What a great family couple we have here.
Hey, you lay down.
You lay down. No, hell no, I'm out of here. Screw the kid. I'm going back to the car.
The man's own daughter fell out of the car and the officer picked her up. The father, 31-year-old Often Green, sped off, then circled back around with his kids inside towards officers.
Now, I know there's going to be people saying, well, Rick, what would you do? Well, I wouldn't have shot at a car with kids in it. I would have jumped out of the way, gotten a pursuit, called for air support, put out a description. I would not have fired at a car with kids in it. To me, that is just morally wrong, irresponsible, and reckless. I'm not going to risk killing a child's life in the name of officer safety. I'm just not going to do that. So you guys can disagree with me all you want. I don't care.
Police say Officer Vardulis shot 5 rounds and struck
5 rounds rapidly at a moving car with kids in it. And nobody talks about that. They only talk about they stopped and they got the kids and the kids are safe.
Green in the torso. The driver struck the officer's leg. After driving off, the car ended up in the median off East Tropical. Green was taken to UMC and placed under arrest. The mother and the children were also taken to the hospital.
A chance to shoot is a chance to be a hero in the blue world.
The little girl that fell out of the car had a cut on her face. She was okay. According to police, Father Green and Mother Crystal Levitt did not have custody of the kids and told police they were unfit to
Did not have custody of the kids. I don't understand that.
care for them. Officers found heroin, meth, and a firearm in
I can't imagine why the guy ran. He had a gun with a light and a laser, had a little meth pipe, had a little heroin. Wow.
the vehicle. And police say both parents have a lengthy criminal history. The father, Often Green, faces 2 counts of attempted murder with a deadly weapon, 3 counts of child abuse or neglect. The mother, Crystal Levitt, faces 5 counts of child abuse or neglect.
What kind of charges are the cops getting for shooting at a car with children in it? Was there any child abuse or neglect there? No, Rick. He's the police. Back to blue. Oh, okay. There wasn't any reckless discharge of a firearm putting innocent people in danger? No, Rick. He's the police. Back to blue. I just don't get it. Who thinks the cop would have fired his gun at a car if his children were in it? And let me know in the comments, if your kids are in that car, would you want the cops shooting at it? Maybe it's just me. Okay, when I was looking for a description on what happened, I found this video that the officer involved shooting put out. So here's the uncut body cam that they're sharing.
Look, all I need you to do, can you give him your info so that he can see you have a valid license and I can leave? Is that fine? Mommy's here.
I still think they should have taken him into custody and not allowed him to do what he's doing. So that hasn't changed.
Look, man, my main concern is the kids. Hold on. Nope. Oh. Car's taking off on us. Hey, you lay down. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get out of the car.
So she was going to get back in the car and leave, and she'll say, well, I was trying to protect my other child. She knew the drugs were in the car. She's just as bad as he is. Here's interesting right here. You notice the cops don't shoot at the guy now. Kid's in danger. Nobody's in front of him. The cop doesn't shoot. Why? Not officer safety. I only shoot when you try to do something to back to blue.
Male took off, heading towards the freeway. One of the kids fell out of the car when he took off. Kid's 41.
So it looks like Dad was going to come back and try to pick up Mom or the kids. Decided to speed off when the other cop drew his gun or whatever. And now he's trying to get away, which is normal. Still kids in the car. I think the news said there was 5 kids. It sounds like there may have been only 2 or 3.
Shots fired, shots fired.
So he's pulling up. This cop draws his gun, which probably causes the flee. And again, I'm not excusing the dumbass driver who's doing all this. Everybody will come here and want to focus. What about the dad? Why are you only focused on the cops? Because that's what I'm focused on. The cops are supposed to be trained. The cops are supposed to be better prepared. The cops are supposed to make better judgment and better decisions. The cops getting paid by taxpayers with a lot of money put into training and benefits and saying how dangerous their job is, and then they're never held accountable. That's why I'm concentrating on the cops.
The second video you are going to see is from the second responding officers.
Car's taking off on us.
There we go. Come here.
Hey,
It's
you,
okay.
you,
It's okay, baby.
get out of the car.
It's okay. Car's taking off. We have.
This was the hardest part for me as a cop when I was trying to get a kid out of a crazy situation and the kid's crying and you're holding it and you're still trying to do something. This is the tough part, I think, of dealing with bad parents and bad guys while you're trying to protect a child.
The female and the little girl here. It's okay. You come over here.
I'm sorry. I don't know what he's doing.
Stop! Get on the ground. Go! Shots fired! Shots fired!
The vehicle crossed landscaping, a sidewalk, and came to rest in the Ray Center median on East Tropical Parkway. Into custody and transported to UMC Trauma Center with multiple gunshot wounds, and was placed under arrest in absentia.
So let me cover before somebody comes here. Rick, he hit the guy multiple times, so it shows that he had control. It's still reckless, people. You don't risk. See, it's easy to say that when it succeeds, but if he had killed a kid, and if a kid's life was ended with a bullet to the head, people would be like, well, it was officer safety, and he was trying, and it wasn't the cops, it wasn't his fault, Rick, it was the dad's fault. The Back the Blue sympathizers, the Stockholm Syndrome that we have to support the propaganda of just worshiping cops, no matter what they do, is just crazy.
Moved the two remaining children from the back seat and carried them to safety.
Two remaining children from the back seat, so there must have been 3 kids.
Children and the adult female passenger were transported to a nearby hospital for medical evaluation. It was discovered heroin, methamphetamine, and a firearm. The investigation remains active and ongoing.
So here's where they go into the charges of the driver.
Based on his actions, Green was charged with 2 counts of attempted murder with a deadly weapon and 3 counts of child abuse or neglect.
Not the cops who shot at him. What's worse, dad drinking and driving away with kids in a car, or an officer firing 5 rounds into the car with children? What's worse? To me, shooting a gun at a car with children in it is worse.
Additional charges are pending. Crystal Levitt was also arrested and charged with 5 counts of child abuse after admitting that neither she nor Green were fit to care for the children and acknowledging the presence of drugs and the firearm inside the vehicle.
So it sounds like she talked, she gave a statement, and that's why she got charged.
Neither adult had legal custody of the 3 children. Child Protective Services took custody of them and confirmed their legal guardian is a maternal relative.
Okay, so maternal relatives mean they gave it to either mom of dad or mom. They gave it to mom's mother, the grandmother, had guardianship of the children, which means these idiots were in the system, not caring for the kids, and they had to be taken and they were given to the... And then what did grandma do? She gives it to her drug addict daughter. That's my problem with sometimes is you give the kids, you keep them in the family, and the family's created the problem anyway.
Green and Levitt both have extensive criminal histories involving drug offenses, assault, and weapon-related charges.
These 2 committed some serious crimes. They should not have, in my opinion, I would be investigating this. I would be charging the guardian, grandma, for giving them to kids. Unless she would say, oh, they took them without permission, I didn't know they took them, which they normally do. This isn't my first rodeo on this child custody crap. I would go investigate this, try to charge grandma for putting the children in danger for giving it to them, and then grandma would say, oh, well, I was taking a nap and I didn't know my daughter came in and took them, and my daughter took my car without permission and she took the kids without permission, so you can't charge me. And then the DA wouldn't charge. Add that in with new information, my opinion changes not much. All right, we'll end that there.